Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Ravishing review. Today we are looking at the Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship between champion CM Punk with Paul Heyman and the challenger Ryback. And this is from WWE Hell in a Cell 2012. Meltzer gave this a 1.5 star rating out of 5. Ryback has been on an absolute tear since his debut, Skip Sheffield. Vince McMahon told Punk on Raw that he had to choose between either John Cena or Ryback to face at the pay-per-view. He didn't choose, so Vince chose for him, and he chose Ryback. And that's how we got here. Fun fact, to this point in the timeline, Punk has been WWE Champion for 343 days. They mention this a lot throughout, so I'm getting it over in the beginning because I'm not going to keep going. Come back to it. Bell sounds. Punk immediately starts playing cat and mouse. After a few minutes, Ryback finally catches up to Punk and starts just physically dominating him. On the outside, Ryback is throwing Punk around the cell. Punk's hiding under the ring as the crowd starts to chant, Goldberg. I'll get to that more at the end. Heyman distracts Ryback long enough for Punk to grab a fire extinguisher and spray it into the face of Ryback. Punk grabs a chair, goes to hit Ryback, but Ryback just boots it right back in his face. He press slams Punk into the ring and then press slams him in the middle of the ring. Punk avoids a spear in the corner, hits a springboard clothesline. Punk hits a double axe handle from the top twice. It's more dangerous to go to the well a second time, but you go to a third time and you're asking for trouble. Punk is caught and he is driven into the corner. Punk catches Ryback with a heel kick to bring things back to square one. Punk with a suicide dive on Ryback against the cell. Hits him with a chair and a neck breaker, so Punk finally getting a little bit of momentum here. Punk goes for another neck breaker, but Ryback counters. Ryback tries to tackle Punk into the steps, and it's such a poor attempt. Punk is way out of the way, and Ryback starts at one part of the ring. Well, yeah, one part of the ring side, and runs, and then about 2/3 of the way, Punk moves. So he moves, he's still running, and then tackles the steps. It was awful. So we're back in the ring. Punk locks in the sleeper, but Ryback counters with a jawbreaker. That's probably his best move of the match. Punk hits a running knee in the corner, follows up with an elbow drop. Punk grabs a kendo stick, hits Ryback about a half a dozen times, and just unfazed. It's a machine. Ryback hits a spine buster and his meat hook clothesline. Ryback going for shell shocked, but the referee stops him from executing the move. He's like, stop. And then everything just stops. And then the referee drops to a knee, low blows Ryback. Punk rolls him up. And while the referee is laying on Ryback's legs, Punk's got him roll up. And ref fast counts him. And Punk retains the title. So post-match, okay, Ryback takes out the referee, which turns out to be Brad Maddox, and that's a whole nother well we got to go down one day. He stalks Heyman on the outside. Punk manages to climb the cell. Both men on the top of the cell. So you have Punk and the 300-plus pound Ryback on top of this cell. We've seen how unsturdy this cell is over the years, over the decades. It's not safe, especially for a 300-plus pound man. Ryback is shell-shocked up there, and I swear to God, I thought someone was falling through because it was not safe. And that's how the show closes. I'll push with Meltzer, I guess, and go 1.5 stars out of 5. It's not good. Half of this match is Punk avoiding Ryback, which makes sense, but it's just not entertaining, especially with it being your main event, your big attraction for why people paid their hard-earned money to not only get in the door, but to pay for it on pay-per-view. This was pre-network. This is pre-Peacock. You had to buy this on pay-per-view, and this is how your show ends. Ryback looks dominant, and I want to say that the brooding face can only work for so long, but look at Goldberg, and that, I think, is where the Goldberg chance started. They're funny, they're accurate, but the swerve at the end was done well. It came out of nowhere, surprised a lot of people. Nobody knew who Brad Maddox was. Overall, everything was just below average. I mean, the way to end a show, it's kind of upsetting. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out our social media links in the description. Be sure to tune into the PWO WrestleCast, the premier professional wrestling podcast, every Monday live at 7 p.m. on Facebook. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for another Ravishing review.